Hello everyone, and welcome to...
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We're up and running then. Manchester United have chosen to go 4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs, but if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate.
Well, that's well spotted. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, played through for the wide man. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Hazard. He might be in here! There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side. He'll try from distance!
And he was there to get a vital touch. Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Defending of the desperate variety. Cross into the box. Nesta with the clearance. South Korea are looking to go forward now. And here's... Oh, shooting chance! Now it's Cruyff. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Marcelo. He's pretty much a defender in name alone, to be honest, because his biggest contributions always seem to come at the other end of the pitch. He's great at controlling the ball when under pressure and seems to have a great knack for finding that half a yard to dig out across. He's got a decent shot too, so his teammates will be looking to bring him into play at every opportunity, I would think.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Ferdinand is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. So much time and space here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Seedorf. That is good strength. Now, can they get... Decent chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Adriano is offering a right smile there.
Messi with the short one. Messi. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Plays the ball back. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. That has been cut short. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. It's just beyond his reach. Throw in. Oh, there's a probing ball. Well read, nice interception. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Menu. Oh, such a clever touch. Nesta gets a foot in and wins the ball. Cruyff. Vieira. Here's a perfect combination of brain and brawn. He's found a way through. Oh, lovely feed he is. There's Here's the shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Messi, he's shifting through the gears here. And it's Bellingham. Manchester United ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Platini. Now it's Seedorf. Messi carries the ball down the right. Very nicely done. Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Menu powering forward here.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Vieira. And it's Michel Platini. Threads one in. Great, goes for a shot! And it's in! Oh, but the flag's up.
Yeah, spot on, although he takes issue with that.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. Nicely weighted ball. The ball goes in. And we've reached half-time. And it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So we reached the halfway point.
Well, it was great to see them try to turn their possession and chances into a goal. They definitely wanted one before the break, and okay, while it didn't happen, things could start changing if they can continue in the same manner.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
And here's Diego Costa.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Pinches it off him.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Adriano. Rijkaard calmly anticipates. Costa chasing after it. Oh, Sucroif! They want to be quick to recover this.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Bellingham charging forward, the ball at his feet. He is through here. Hangs one in. Varane can get it clear. He's going to be disappointed with that. Vieira produces the perfect tackle there. And the counter is on. Platini, he's picked his way through. And he's being shifted off it. And the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Pass somewhat off target. Manchester United are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And it's Bellingham. Great vision. Hazard gets flagged offside. So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Yeah, it was pretty clear the manager's not been getting what he wants out of his players, so a substitution was always going to come. I think it could have been sooner.
The pass has gone astray. Saliba knocks it into space. Might be danger here. And a chance! Oh, he's hit the bar! And still, we await the first breakthrough.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Now it's Platini, clipped into space. It's a goal kick. And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Hazard. And that could set him on his way. Chance! And that's a tiny finish. It is the pick-me-up they all long for. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Substitution for Manchester United, number 17.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
He's going for goal! Terrific effort, just off target.
Well, he looks like he's annoyed with himself there. He didn't do an awful lot wrong, did he?
No way through there. Gently done. Now it's Bale. Zanetti can so cleverly bypass the press. South Korea will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. Oh no, he's got that wrong. Zanetti. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Aguero. Oh, that's fabulous. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
South Korea really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And the finish! And that's in! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, that's so refreshing. They run a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Now it's Mbappe. He's got away. Bruno Fernandes is onto this.
That's just playing it safe and simple. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Bruno Fernandes. No question, this is the man you want to get on to the end of things.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Now it's Bale. Oh, he's burst through. It's Bale! It's bounced back off the post. Oh, that could be pivotal. So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it?
Manchester United.
He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, you can feel the blue touch paper has been well and truly lit here. Everyone expects, in one of the greatest amphitheatres in this part of the world, the Estadio Mas Monumental. So things are underway. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, this guy Manuel Neuer claimed once that he had a catalogue in his head of all opponents. You won't think it, but there's so much detailed work behind everything he does. This is what keeps him ahead of his opponents and his contemporaries.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Platini. That's Vieira. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And here's Cruyff! No, just not quite.
I think that was probably what the opposition wanted him to do, Peter. They're not going to be overly worried if he's shooting from that sort of distance.
And it's Messi. Company deals with that comfortably. And he's managed to get rid. Rafael Varane. And it's Thuram. Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Messi receives it in a wide position. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Oh, nicely intercepted. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Dembele. Check clears. Vieira makes the interception. And it's Cruyff. That is a great pick out. He has found the way through. Oh, shooting chance! And he's following up. Goal! Republic of Korea! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
South Korea have fired themselves in front.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Seedorf. Cruyff. And here's Messi. And this is Dembele. That's good play. He's found the way through. And the shot! And that's a tidy finish. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
We're looking at a different game now.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
That is ended up in no man's land. He's shifting through the gears here. The ball is loose and the chase is on. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. He's picked his way through. Incoming. There's the header! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That is good progress on the left. Oh, that's well spotted.
Seedorf.
Oh, great feat, that.
Looking for options. Real chance! In he goes again. Goal! Republic of Korea! Into the lead once more. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
South Korea leading now. Now it's Seedorf. Oh, that's fabulous. Takes a shot! Oh, good finish. And they're threatening to fly away here. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
South Korea are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Vieira is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And Seedorf! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
This possibly the last play of the half. And it's been taken short. Now it's Messi. It's a pretty loose pass. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
South Korea claiming the lion's share of the 4 goals, up by 3-1 at half-time. And we are back underway. Gattuso.
Seedorf.
Now it's Cruyff. Oh, Messi! Well taken goal. Just as they wanted it, just when they wanted it. Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. A shift in momentum, perhaps.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Vieira.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. Oh, no messing about. It is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. He'll fancy it. Messi!
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Terrific effort! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Varane is there, and he can pick it up. That's a shade optimistic. Platini. And they can counter here. Dembele. He is through here. Decent chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And here's Cruyff. He's being urged to shoot. Bullet! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Look at the space here. In by... Oh, great leap! Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
it's Gattuso. Now it's Cruyff, and this is Gullit, and that is expertly dealt with. Well, there's the
La cantidad de
clearance.
espectadores de este partido fue de 61.052.
Rafael Varane. Now it's Seedorf. No way through, so back it comes.
Argentina really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
South Korea clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Cruyff conjures time and space where few can. And here's Cruyff. Now it's Gullit. Lovely, now then. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Look, when we talk about decision-making, there's a great example. Strong and decisive.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Cruyff. Gullit. Seedorf. He's got away. That's good defending, very good defending. That's a lovely, delicate pass. Now it's Cruyff. And no, that was never going to make it. Nesta. Gattuso. Shifted it to the flank. Opts to play it back. Has to go back here. Chance for a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? Crossing. Defending of the desperate variety.
Argentina really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Cruyff. And it's Kompany. For Varane. Messi. And this is Adriano. And now the breakaway. That's good running with the ball. Forced to go back. Zanetti. Cruyff. Just 5 minutes left. And he's managed to get free. Drives it in.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 9.
So we have
Número
movement on
10.
both benches.
Número 14. Número 7. Messi. Número 23.
Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think.
Número 15. Número 18.
Mbappe. Can
Número
he
21.
finish?
Número 22.
Zanetti
Número 25.
is there to clear.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition
Se van a
box.
jugar
That's where it
2
has to
minutos
be.
de compensación.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed having made the run and not get picked out.
And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football, a real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to...
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So straight into the action. Well, here he is, the epitome of athleticism and speed. It's Adriano! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Cruyff. And the through ball. Shoots! That's a look and plays it forward. That's good vision. Oh, that's fabulous. Brilliantly cut out. Platini. Now it's Cruyff. Seedorf. Platini. And here's Cruyff. And that interception was most necessary. South Korea with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Keeper's dealt with that. South Korea have the chance to go the other way. Oh, that's well spotted. And it's Cruyff.
Oh, really well played.
Looking for the run. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Thinks one through. And he's been shifted off it. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Bullet. Passing is crisp and sharp. And this is Bale. That's good play. Chance for a shot! Goal! Republic of Korea! And South Korea lead. Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
South Korea are in front now, the game's only goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Cruyff. Roberto Carlos picks it up out wide. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Nicely spread. And it's Messi. Oh, sweet feet. Messi! It's in! And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Number 7.
Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
South Korea restore parity.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Now it's Hullet. Look at the space here. Oh, he's bust and the shot. Lahm. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And it's Bale. Tries to play it through. He's having a shot! That's another chance! Goal! Republic of Korea! And they're back in front! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And it's been played through. Khan gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Now it's Cruyff. No way through. Knocks it into space. Bale, who can single-handedly make a difference. Always onto this. Shot could be on. Messi. Cruyff. That's a little off target. Now it's Messi.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Michel Platini. It's Roberto Carlos. And it's Michel Platini. Now it's Messi. Cruyff. Lahm getting this one clear.
Minutes have been indicated.
Now it's Cruyff. Oh, super ball. And now they can clear their lines. There will be a throw-in. The referee says that is that for the first half.
Would everyone like to join me in
That was a
making
very
special
watchable and
mention to those
entertaining half of football,
who are celebrating
and it's
their
fair to say
winning
that both
efforts
teams have
today?
played their part. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. And here is the first touch of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Oh, terrible pass. Ball has bounced loose now. Shot a goal! And that's a sharp finish. Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Republic.
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Quite a game this, all square again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And it's Marcelo.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Vieira wins the duel this time. He's through here. Messi gets into a good position. Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, perfectly measured that. Oh, what a stop! Had to be at his very best. Khan did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Roberto Carlos does really well to win the ball there.
Mission 1 has been accomplished, so why not continue with the same approach?
Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. It's run loose here. Pepe. South Korea do have a chance to counter here. Schneider. And it's Rodri. South Korea
Couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing.
spread out to the left. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Vieira. Bullet.
South Korea are looking to break at pace. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, that has not gone well. Platini looking understandably energised after his goal, and he's worked it through. Now can... Oh, he's been caught on it here! Seedorf! South Korea have their second corner now. And it's been taken short. It's made its way to him. Seedorf. And he's heaved it away. Well, that is one way to stop him. Rafael Varane. And here's Cruyff. Marcelo. Into the last quarter of an hour.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Seedorf
is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. And here's Platini. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Schneider. Oh, perfectly measured that. Oh, and the shot! And he can thump it away.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Wesley Sneijder. Number 5, Gareth Bale.
Lahm finding himself in space.
Number 6, Ruud Gullit.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Samuel Eto'o. Number 18,
Tries a shot!
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, that
Number
was a
22,
half-decent effort.
Eden
Well, he's clearly in one of those moods.
Number
I think
17,
even he was asking
Lionel
perhaps a little
Messi.
too much from himself then.
Number 23, Kaká.
And it's gone back to the keeper. This is Ronaldo. And here's Messi. He's had a shot! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. And he was quick to react. That's it, the referee says enough. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better. So bring it on, hype, expectation, emotion, the game yet to kick off, the excitement already palpable. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud, the tone for this game is well and truly set. So we're very much on the way now. Varane, a player joining here, a pretty exclusive club. This game is the 200th in his career for this side.
Yeah, and he's proven himself to be quite a player in the last 199, Peter. Flexible, adaptable, showing a real tactical aptitude, and number 200 should be no different.
He's under a lot of pressure there. Lovely, now then. And this is Ronaldinho. Over to the right flank.
This is the time you need that pace.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
It's a promising position. And he's whipped it across. Vieira. And it's Ibrahimovic. To Ibrahimovic. Can he spark a counter here? And he's picked out the run. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Vieira. Threads one in. Messi just eases him off the ball. So no chances falling either way for the time being.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Ronaldinho. Lovely feet. Vieira. Seedorf. Quarter of an hour played. And this is Ronaldinho. Oh, that's a fine interception. Messi. Adriano providing an outlet on that flank. Messi! Now, who's going to be first to this?
Messi clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
And he skips past his man. That's an excellent interception. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Dembele. Oh, this is a terrific run. Varane did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. He has found the way through. And Messi! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
South Korea really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Zanetti. Platini, the specialist in tearing teams apart. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's good running with the ball.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Now there's a fine ball. Seedorf. Nesta produces the perfect tackle there. Played out towards the right wing. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. That's a sharp pass. Yamal in acres of space out wide. Oh, great leap! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
And he's forced to go back. Zanetti. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Nesta. And it's Nesta. And Zanetti. Pinches it off him. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And this is Ronaldinho. Lovely bit of skill. Decent chance! Goal! Brazil! And Brazil take the lead. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Brazil have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Platini gets flagged offside. And the referee has signalled for half-time. It's Been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. South Korea trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
That just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
South Korea can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
South Korea with the corner, they're first. That's the keeper's ball. And now they can spring out of defence.
Brazil definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Platini. He won't be happy with that one. Hazard running with intent. Hazard was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now.
Aims beyond the defence. South Korea. Seedorf! Oh, split-second reaction.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Tries to play it through. Now that's a lovely exchange. Donnarumma claims it without any fuss.
South Korea clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
And here's Mbappe.
Still chasing the game, trailing by 1.
Vieira does really well there, he is strong. Yamal, very much a man of this moment.
He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card.
Substituição no time do Brasil.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
He's found a way through.
Might want to be careful there.
Yeah. Back in possession and ready to go again. South Korea perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Takes on his marker.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Varane picks it up from the goal kick. Rummenigge, chance for a shot! And he hits the net! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Seedorf is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Vinicius Junior. Vieira. Now it's Bellingham. And he is deftly away. Big chance! Goal! Brazil! And they're back in front. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter, the desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away. Some might have backed off, but not this lot. This is very impressive. South Korea really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Pele. What's going wide left? Delivered low. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. South Korea very much running into the last chance saloon.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
Mbappe! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Mbappe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. He's found a way through. Messi. Mbappe looking for the chance to skim one in from range.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And Messi! And that's in! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. A truly super goal. What a spiky hit that was.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
And yes, it's him again. Can he finish? He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Well-timed, excellent interception. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. And that is as far as it goes. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
Against Paris
And the
Saint-Germain.
mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yep, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
Vieira has been shown a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now it's Cruyff, threads one in, and he's intervened well there, and that's really well manoeuvred. Thuram cuts it out. Seedorf, Gullit, looking for options for movement. Spread to the right.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now it's Gullit. Nicely worked. Good ball, good take. Can he finish? Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
South Korea finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Great chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Paris Saint-Germain with the corner, they're first. Really well cleared. And he's managed to get free. Now what about this cross? Big chance! That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Not the most convincing of passes. There could be trouble here. Real chance! And that's a tidy finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. Oh, a horrible error, and he has...
Number 11.
And that's it.
Chabunkun.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.
Hello everyone, and welcome to
The noise is just about
today's
reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So things are underway. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more fluid and flexible than in bygone times. There's a much greater understanding of the need for players to cover forward running, and it enables risk-taking while the gaps are filled. I'm very much a fan of it. There are a lot of people who seem to have kind of ignored it and just put it to bed, but it still works, it's still valid, and I think we're going to see it be successful here.
It's a good ball out wide.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Gullit. It's a goal kick. Araujo gathers from the goal kick. And here's Semenyo. Now it's Messi. Messi going face to face with his great rival.
Well, for any attacker facing him, Peter, trying to force your way through Rio Ferdinand must be a daunting prospect.
Well, he is one of the great English defenders of his generation.
Quite, Peter. His playing style boasts good speed and technique, a superb reading of the game. He hardly had to tackle. That in itself can be seen as quite an achievement.
Now it's Seedorf. Gullit.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left...
He leaps for it! Goal! Manchester United! The first significant strike. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that.
That could spell trouble. And Messi! And a neat finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Well,
And that's it. My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So we're very much on the way now.
Well, just when you think you've got Eden Hazard, Peter, he opens up another box of tricks entirely.
And that's the thrill about him, isn't it? Every time you come and watch him play, he seems to come up with more and more surprises.
Well, I mean, that's the key to the job, isn't it? Find a different way of doing the same thing, and that he basically excels.
And Messi! Heading backwards.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Messi. O'Reilly wins the duel this time.
This is the time you need that pace.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Tries a shot! Loose ball. Oh, he's been caught on it here. That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now, he's got space here. That has been cut short. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Zanetti drills one in. That's going to go a long way. Zanetti. That is out and behind. It's a good block. South Korea with the corner. They're first. Can he finish? It's loose now and they want to get it back. Benatia getting this. Oh, what has happened here? And that's played in low. And he can thump it away. Great vision. And it's O'Reilly. He's got away. Delivered low. Nesta gets it clear. Platini quietly revving up. Turns back here, probably the best option. Looking for the run.
The less said about that pass, the better.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And here's Azar. Azar! Azar! The man's a genius! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Barcelona are in front. It was thrashed in, the crispest of hits.
It would have taken something heroic from the keeper to get anything on that. The height was tricky enough, but the power, he had no chance.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Messi is sharing after that one. Messi. That's a good foray he's making. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable. Barcelona definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Akanji is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Garcia clears. Ibrahimovic.
South Korea truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Seedorf. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Vieira. Tries to pass it through, and this is Messi. He's chosen to go back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's Hazard.
Might want to be careful there.
Seedorf with the foul. And that's going to be a booking. I do think he's feeling the effects of that tackle. And it's Vieira. Knocks it out wide. O'Reilly, he's found the way through. It's a good-looking delivery.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Distributed tidily. Messi. Adriano. Look at the space here. And for the first half, that is that. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. South Korea finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
Oh, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Substitution for Barcelona, number 9, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Coming on the field is number 29.
So the action resumes.
South Korea really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And this is Diego. It's Costa! And the ball's come loose here. Oh, he's been caught napping. Nice control. And it's Messi. Oh, that's neat. That is good strength. And he's managed to get free. And the shot! Goal! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
And that's it. Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me.